Okay, so this is going to be a basic tutorial, actually pretty straightforward, on how to import static meshes into Skyrim. So, um, here's your mesh. You're in Blender or 3ds Max or whatever, and you have exported it to OBJ format somewhere here. Great. Now, what we're gonna do is you have to have Fallout 3 archive to export stuff. And let's just export something that will probably have similar material and texturing to what you have. So I have like a stone chair, so probably something from Nordic, right? Um, Door frame, I don't know. Doesn't really matter for me, but yeah. And you can also open the same thing. Open, let's see, Skyrim meshes, for example, right? So you've done that, exported it. So then go to where you've exported it. I exported it here. Let's go to Nordic. I have a bunch of stuff, so just open whatever you had. Um, let's do something like I have too much stuff in here. Big halls. It doesn't really matter, right? So just something. Um, we're gonna customize the textures anyway, so this doesn't matter. But so you've opened this, Control D on the BHK collision object, and then you see this. Uh, Go to Properties, and I need to reshape Properties. Highlight this, double click, subtract to take that out. Then Control D on this thing. Now you have this, right? This is how it should look. Just a BS fade node, BSX flag, BS lighting shader property, and BS shader texture set. Okay, now go to import object and import your whatever you had, whatever thing you have, right? Okay, so this is your need to reshape object. First thing you want to do, go to BS fade node, expand children, press 5. What does that do? That references the niche reshape, the actual geometry of the object, right? And it's referenced here. Now that it's referenced in more than one place, Control D on the NI node. Okay? Now select the niche reshape, expand properties, and you see this has 2 BS lighting shader property. So press 2 in the properties, press 2 in there. And now you have referenced this as a material, and this references the textures themselves, and you'll notice that they actually are pointing to texture files. Now, I'm not going to go over this. This is a tutorial in and of itself, but basically, quickly, this is your specular color is your it's kind of gives this shine, the shading shine that the mesh produces, so you can play with specular strength, particularly if you don't have any vertex colors, which I assume this is your first mesh, so you probably don't. Click vertex, so go to need to reshape data. If you've for most things, you're going to want to click yes, right? Because a lot of BS lighting shader property settings or configurations require vertex colors, right? So if you import your mesh and it's completely black, go back and put this to yes, vertex colors to yes. So you're going to have all white if you just straight imported it without modifying the vertex colors. I have a tutorial on that, by the way, too. And so this is what you have. So if you have custom textures, you export it to DDS, right? So I have everything for this in a link in the description. So if you go to the description, you can download all this. You need Photoshop that you can't download for free, assuming at least that you don't already have it. But anyway, so let's say that you have a new texture. Who knows? 5112 by 5112. I don't know. I'm just gonna draw a bunch of stuff here. It doesn't matter. So you have downloaded the NVIDIA stuff, the NVIDIA plugin for Photoshop. I'm just gonna temporarily put this somewhere. Okay, so when you put save as, you say save as DDS. You should have it because you downloaded the plugin. And then you have DXT5. Um, you can do what you really should do is put DXT1. Uh, people say, well, if you don't know what you're doing, you put DXT5. Well, if you don't know what you're doing, you're not going to care about alpha, right? You're probably not going to have alpha. So DXT1, uh, if you don't have an alpha channel, I think, well, basically, there's no difference except that it makes it smaller. If you do need alpha, obviously select, DXT5. So if you have alpha there, obviously DXT5. Okay, then save. Okay, so that should be somewhere. So if we go back and you have hooked up your NIF settings properly, let me see if I can go here really quickly to show you. Where did I go to do this? Settings. Okay, yes. So you see this, add your folder with your textures file in it. And now let's reference it directly. If you have a normal map, you do this for your normal map as well. So you say yes, let's see. So that's my temp. It's probably not good. Let's see if we can put something better in it though, because I don't want that hideous stuff on there. So the next thing you're going to want to do is go to Nitri Shape, select UV num UV sets, put it to 4097. You need to do this because if you don't do this, it's not going to use the normal map. And the next thing you have to do is go to spells, batch, update all tangent spaces because it needs to actually set the normals, binormals, tangents. It already has normals. It needs to set these things in order for the normal map to work because that's how the normal map works. It requires that geometric information. And that's pretty much it as far as that goes. And so then you go to your Skyrim folder. I suggest making a separate folder for your mod inside meshes and such. And let's just put it out here. Doesn't matter, right? So we have this thing here. Now if we go to let's go to static. I assume you're opening a static and click on new and name your thing. I'm not going to actually import it, so but okay. And then okay, so there you go. So and then after this, you're going to press OK. OK here. Then you're going to drag this onto your level somewhere. And there you go. And it'll pop up, right? If you get an error where you have a diamond shape and it has an exclamation mark and it's red, that means all you have to do is edit the object and change the name of the mesh to another name. Right, so you say you're editing the object and you have this right now, you just change it to temp2 or something, right? And then open it again and press OK and it'll show. So it's nothing wrong with what you did, it's just Bethesda, it's just Creation Kit being stupid. Right, after that you save it, then you can check it out and that's that.